Welcome to the island's boldest ATV experience. The only tour daring enough to bring you this level of excitement, freedom, and adrenaline. Feel the power. Conquer rugged trails. Experience breathtaking views. Ride beyond the ordinary. Feel the power. This is not just a tour. This is the power of Ride ATV. Get ready for fun. Get ready for excitement. Get ready to ride. Book now at ride.gd or call 473-422-1011. Ride ATV. Adventure starts here.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Tuesday on the ride. Tuesday on the ride. Yeah, man. How are you doing, people? What's up? Nice. Happy to be back on in the air chair. Also happy to be back on TikTok. We're live on TikTok. We're live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Instagram. We in everything like salt. So no matter where you're watching us from, big up yourself. Yeah. We also live on Twitch. Yeah, we live on Twitch. Big up. TikTok, I missed you for a bit, but TikTok had this little thing. TikTok had us on some kind of restriction, but it was removed today, and we're back on TikTok, live on TikTok. All my friends on TikTok. Hello. How are ya? How you guys doing? Cola Nash. Nice. Tag somebody, guys. Tag some Angie James. You good? Lisa Woods. Jillian McIntyre. How are you? Talk. TikTok. We live on TikTok. I miss you. Nice. Guys, I want to get straight into it. I want to waste no time. All right. So guys, today, on Tuesday, we have this program designated for you, right? So we asked the question, what's pissing you off? What's freaking pissing you off? Lisa, nice seeing you too. And guys, let me tell you, before we bring on our featured guest, Kem Jones is here. Yeah, Kem Jones is here. We'll get a chance to talk to him and find out what's pissing him off. But before I get what pissing Kem Jones off, guys, let me tell you what's pissing me off today, guys. Because today I had to sit back a bit. I got a chance to sit back a bit. And I was saying to myself, but some people real nasty and bad mind. There's some people that are just nasty and bad mind for no particular reason, Dread. Like, they have no reason. They just like, you think that they'll just get up in the morning, and they just had a bad spirit that hit them and say, you know what, just be nasty and bad-minded for the rest of their life. Because I sat today and I was reflecting on where we are today as not only a production company, a media company, right? That we built from scratch. This studio that you see I'm in right now, we built this from scratch. And for those of you who actually came into the studio, you will understand everything was bought one piece until we could afford to be in this nice studio set here, right? But it was built from scratch. So about 3 years ago, guys, I decided that after being and seeing all that's happening in my country and traveling back and forth to all these different countries and seeing the amenities and what the opportunities and excursions that's available in other countries, I decided that I would make it my personal responsibility to see how much I could push the tourism sector. That was my, it was like a task. I felt obligated to do so. I felt so obligated to do so that I took my personal investment, guys, and I remember buying one bike, two e-bikes, and I bought it like that. I didn't buy all of them at once. I bought one, then I bought the next one. And when I got up to like about 10, my whole living room was just filled with bikes. To my family, started to say, well, why is that? There had no place to walk around. It was filled. Because I had a vision, and I really wanted to do this. Nobody can tell me to do this. Nobody and give me. In fact, probably if people was going to advise me to do it, they probably would advise me against it. So anyway, guys, I did this because I wanted to do it, right? I remember, and I'm reflecting on that, how people nasty and stinking and dirty-minded. I remember after all of this hard work, after all of this, putting all of this together and starting the business there, this one individual I would never forgive or forget. After all of this hard work, decided to put up some sort of promotion against what we were trying to accomplish. So I had to reflect on that today, and I wrote a little something on my personal Facebook page. You guys could go and read it because I don't know. I was just in reflection mode today. Did I get a little piece of it? From doubt to triumph. I took a leap of faith, invest my heart and soul into a dream that others doubted. E-bikes, tuk-tuk, ATVs, you guys know what it is. And it was really discouraging when the same people who might even benefit from this, or the family might benefit from this, went on a campaign to post some negative or some well, it was like a whole campaign, a whole promotion to speak against it. And it was at the brink where, I mean, I never really I spoke about it, but I never really let you guys know how much this whole thing affected me. I had a really bad year. I had a terrible year. I had a hard and difficult year because, of course, starting this business and having to deal with, the salaries and rent and all of that stuff, it was difficult. To the brink where, guys, I never told you guys this, but I almost said to myself, you know what, I was done. But it was because of faith that I decided to invest more and invest more and invest more. And today people they might see the tuk-tuk on the street, they might see the ATVs, they might see the e-bike, they might see the water bike, and they say, well, this came easy. Guys, it was not. And if it was for some people who are just nasty-minded and bad-minded, it probably would have went bankrupt. So I say all of this to say, guys, no matter what is for you will always be for you. Forget about the naysayers. Forget about the people who mean no good in your life. That is their purpose. And they will be judged. And when it's time, they will be judged. I really had to say this because I just was in reflection mode today, guys. I just was in reflection mode today because, let me tell you why. Today, I went on Viator, and Viator is a Priceline. It's a company where everybody book their tours and excursions and stuff, right? And two of our products, namely the ATV and the tuk-tuk, are now given excellent status on Viator. What is excellent status? Let me tell you what excellent status is. To reach excellent status on Viator, this globally acclaimed company, you have to maintain at least a 4.5 rating. Meaning, if somebody even says something bad about you in the reviews, it will drop your rating. You will never get to excellent. But I'm happy today, after all of this negative and people who trying to sink what our vision was, we are now at excellent status on Viator. So you see, the moral of the story is, let them talk. Leave them, let them talk. They go fall in the same old vomit dread. Bad mind. Never win. Yes, guys. So I want to big up all the folks at Ride Excursions. And for the people who've been following the news about Ride Go, and everyone was asking me about Ride Go and all of the things that was said last week, we will deal with that another day. But today I just want to say big up to the folks at Ride Excursion in Grenada right now. The full team. Yeah. No matter what, we're there. Nice. Ladies and Ken really don't need no introduction.
Yeah.
What is that I'm hearing? Can you there?
I don't know if you're hearing what I'm hearing.
I'm hearing a lot of static. Go back out and come back in.
But is it from my end or your end?
I think it's coming from your end. Just go back out and come back in. That might fix it.
I was actually hearing it while you were speaking. I was muted.
Oh, really? Okay, so let's try it again. Go back out and come back in and let's try it again.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. We go fix it. We go sort it out. Yeah, man. All right, so let's see if we get back Kem. All right, let's see. Kem, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
A little bit of static. Well, I don't know why. Let me see. Hold on. Ooh, yeah, static is back. Hold on. We will fix it. Let me see. Audio, echo cancellation. Wow, it's really bad. Let me see. Yeah. Kem, speak, let me hear.
Yeah, I'm speaking and it's okay. Hello?
Okay.
Hello? I don't know if it's your mic.
Okay, so let's see from the viewer end. Guys, are you hearing me clearly? If you hear me clearly, give me a quick thumbs up. If you hear me clearly, give me a quick thumbs up. Can I just mute you temporarily? Hold on 1 second. Guys, if you hear me clearly, give me a quick thumbs up, so I'll know where this audio problem coming out from. Main echo cancellation. I'm good on my end. Alright, guys, if you hear me clearly, give me a quick thumbs up. You guys hear me clearly? Okay, you guys hear me clearly? Okay. All right, they hear me clearly. All right, okay. All right, okay. All right, so let me unmute Kem audio now. All right, Kem, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. All right.
It's better now.
No, it's not actually better, but in order for there not to be a static, I have to mute you and unmute you. So I guess that's how we're gonna have to go until we resolve the issue. Let's see if I could get it like this, Kem. We just have to work it like that. Apologize, guys, a little bit of audio glitch there with Kem. So Kem, how you doing, my friend?
No, I'm fine, thanks. I'm happy as always. It's always that kind of joyous moment when I'm in New York, when I'm in Brooklyn or the United States generally. The love, the warmth, it's like if I'm in Grenada. That's the kind of feeling I get.
Yeah. I realize that you're here in New York now. I've been following your activities. And funny enough, Kim, we were at the same venue. I didn't get to see you at all.
Yeah, I realized you were the one doing the streaming of that event, and congratulations there. You did a fantastic job, you and your son. In fact, I came up with your son on that JetBlue flight. All right. It was wonderful. It was so many people. I didn't even get the chance to go to the very front of the auditorium. So, man, at the end of the day, I saw you from afar and I thought you did a fantastic job throughout in streaming this, bringing the town hall meeting to thousands of people. Because you see, some people don't understand technology. Yes, the auditorium was rampacked. In fact, they left people outside. You just couldn't come in. It's filled to capacity. But the amount of people who viewed that town hall, the thousands and thousands of people. In fact, I tried to look at the updated figure. I don't know if you looked at the updated figure from your end, but you're talking about thousands and thousands of people. So your role in getting the message to people at home, right, outside of New York, or maybe right here in Brooklyn, but they're home, and folks in Grenada, Carriacou, Petit Martinique, or maybe Canada or the UK, it is very, very important. And I want to congratulate you. I think you did a fantastic job.
Thank you so much, there, Kim. Thank you so much. All right, so Kim, I said a lot in my intro about what's pissing me off as I got a chance to reflect on about 3 years of hard work. What's pissing you off, Kim? Let's start there. What's pissing you off?
Well, for me, what's pissing me off is the fact that we had three very successful events here in New York. And what people are talking about is this distractor, this individual who came with an agenda at the town hall meeting to distract, to derail, to disturb, to cause people not to focus on the message of Grenada moving forward, the message of things are happening and opportunities are being created for people. The government is hell bent on getting this new hospital to make sure that our people have proper health care and access to better health care, right? The message of opportunities for people, that was somewhat lost because many people major in minors. They love to focus on these kind of stuff. So that to me made me a bit angry, but still contented with the fact that when you listen, when you follow the comments, the feedback, and so on from ordinary people, they were very, very impressed, very happy with the town hall meeting and the other two events, Spice Excellence Awards and the Spice Indulgence.
Yeah, absolutely, Ken. But I want to go back a little bit, right? I want to go back a little bit before we start to talk about the events of this weekend here. I want to talk about this potato saga because a lot of people still don't really understand what transpired and why are we seeing the opposition pushing back against the locally produced potato. Put it into perspective for us, Kim, and help us understand why is this whole promotion against locally grown potatoes by the opposition?
You see, Junior, the NNP has never been big on agriculture. But if you check NDC's record, being in government, they have always focused on agriculture, healthcare, education. They've always prioritized that. So NDC in power decided they would venture into white potatoes. And it's not just a Grenada thing, eh? Let me clear that up. It's not just a Grenada thing. It's a kind of OECS slash CARICOM thing. Dominica, for example, they're producing enough potato where they don't even have to import the white potatoes. And then you have other islands and Vincent and the other islands. They're experimenting. They're trying to at least cut the export bill in half with the Irish potatoes or the white potatoes. If not half, kind of get to not import any Irish potatoes. We consume a lot of that, Junior. If you go to any event, it's just fries and fries and fries and fries. So the NNP, to me, is against this because this is a big thing. It's progressive in nature. If we are able to at least produce those white potatoes and reach to about 50% or 60 or 70%, then it means we would be saving millions of dollars. Instead of the money going out, it will remain in the country. And I want to go even further. Because Lennox Andrew, the Honorable Lennox Andrew, decided to bring those potatoes in the parliament and show the whole world, because remember the parliament is featured live. It's streamed to show the whole world, not just Grenada, that look, we were able to achieve this great milestone, and they were able to give ministers and cabinet a parcel. Now they're giving the opposition. They don't want that. They don't want people to see that. No visual aid. You see white potatoes. Come on, this is a big thing. But the NNP has a history of not loving agriculture, and anything that's good for Grenada, they would object to it. They would be against it. In fact, they go to the meetings and it's like a big laughing slogan, where one would say, we don't want no, whatever they say, and then the other one would say, do you want some potatoes? And it's like a kick. But the serious nature of the thing, Junior, is that we are trying to cut down the amount of white potatoes that we import, where we spend, if you go on the carnage on I think it's a Thursday or one of those days, the amount of white potatoes that they bring from Trinidad, a lot, and from the United States and other places. So if we can produce that there, my thing is that NNP is against anything that's good. They're against the hospital, they're against the Irish potato or white potatoes being produced, they're against free tuition, they're against roads. In fact, they're against right now, they're against Renault. You realize that? They're against Renault. Because why? Renault is a company who could do the work and then wait to be paid. They don't have to run down government to get the money. They would pay for labor, get the materials and get everything and get the work done. So there is this campaign, and I might be straying a bit, but this campaign to attack and go after Renault. Renault is a regional company, well respected. So why you're so obsessed with Renault? Every time you look on MTV or you look on some of those news outfits, it's just Renault, and they're attacking. And I'm saying to myself, okay, perseverance is right there. You have no problem with that. The other asphalt plant is right there. You have no problem with that. Why Renault? The reason why they're against it is because it's really a company who's going to bring a lot of opportunities for our people, and they're going to do a lot of roads, a lot of bridges, a lot of infrastructural work. So NNP, they've always been against everything that's progressive, anything that's good.
Well, Kem, is it customary? Because I heard a former Speaker of the House spoke on that. That is not really customary to have the minister or anyone for that matter across the island give things like that. Have you seen any instance before where that is practiced or accepted?
Junior, I am not a parliamentarian, but you have to put this in context. The Honorable Lennox Andrew asked of the Speaker of the House to proceed to give to the members on the opposition side a parcel of potatoes. So the Speaker of the House is in charge of the Parliament. He sets the rules, even if there are rules that are established. When it comes to adjudging, when it comes to making the final decision, the Speaker's decision is final. So he granted permission for that to take place. So it's not about precedence, it's not about if it happened before. This is a significant moment in the life of Grenada as it relates to farming and Irish potato or white potatoes. We import a lot of that. We're able to now produce, and this is a big thing. This is exact. Look, Lennox Andrews did this genuinely. But, what a smart politician would do because all Grenadians are happy. You might see one or two NNP expressing themselves and forming the fool where that is concerned. But genuinely speaking, people are happy about it. But here it is. What should have happened? A smart politician would accept it and thank the Honorable Minister of Agriculture for it and wish the farmers all the best and encourage them to continue planting, and we, talk highly about it. And if that person doesn't want to consume it or use it, then all they need to do is to discard of it, get rid of it, not where everybody could see. No, you go with it in your vehicle, you go in up there are bins and different, you could do that, or you can give somebody who may need it. And all that drama and all that hype and all that stupidness, come on, that was uncalled for. But a smart politician would do what I just said. But a politician who is not emotionally intelligent, not strategic and tactical, would go out in this outburst and to be so insensitive to mention, I think, the late Neil Franklin in all of this, and to infer or insinuate that something would have happened to him and make people believe that it's the government side that is involved in this thing, which is dangerous in any measure or any way. So this could have been avoided. A smart person would not go into this. It's uncalled for. It was not necessary. This is a big milestone for Grenada. Look at St. Vincent, they're celebrating their potatoes and being able to produce. And in fact, they're saying that it's better tasting than what they used to import, or what they import in. Better tasting, because our soil, cost it what it may, say what you want. Our soil is one of the best in the world, right? And the soil plays a critical role in the quality, the texture, the taste, the flavor, everything that comes from the potato. So look, this should not have been an issue. But again, the NNP, they're critical of everything, they're against everything, they're negative. It's terrible. And as though they're not feeling the energy in the room. Something is wrong with them. Because a person who is politically savvy would not act the way they're acting. There are good things happening, you must praise it, you must applaud it. If you see bad things happening, you can talk about it, nothing is wrong with that. You can seek to put forward suggestions, recommendations, and so on, solutions, nothing wrong with that. But if you're against everything, what you expect? Grenadians are smart. Grenadians are intelligent.
Yeah, because Kem, I didn't mean to spend so much time on this conversation here, right? But I think it's important that we understand the whole concept, because a lot of people still don't really understand why are we talking about potatoes at this point in time. But at the end of the day, isn't it the farmers who will lose out? Because of what it may, the NNP has its supporters and they have its people that follow them and would always listen to what they say. But at the end of the day, it's not the government that actually planting the potato. It isn't the farmers. So at the end of the day, it's the farmers that will lose out.
Exactly so. Because here it is. It's like a pilot. That is what they're actually doing here. They're testing the soil in certain areas. So they're running it, they're planting it on, I think it was on 4 or 5 places. Because they want to see whether this type of soil will give you a better yield, a better, a greater amount, right? A better harvest. And they are taking data as they go. So eventually, the little farmer will get to plant the white potatoes in that particular area, and they're going to tell them how to do it, what are the techniques, what are the strategies to get the high yield. Excuse me. So my thing is, I agree with you. The farmer, they're the ones who will be impacted the most. And I want them to be impacted positively. I want them to be able to plant this thing and make a lot of money from it, because it produces a lot at once, right? One harvest. This is a good opportunity for them. And I think this should never be about petty politics. We all should be celebrating. We all should be happy that we are able to produce this thing right there. I had the opportunity to taste 2 of the potatoes, right? I mean, for me, I like the little steaming and boiling and so on, So I kind of steam it and saute it somewhat. And I tell you, I was impressed. the texture, the color, the taste. Come on, this is great. This is fantastic for Grenada. And the size, because people who know Irish potato or white potatoes, when you cut them, and I'm not talking bad about what they import, but some of them would have this black thing in the center. And even while you're cutting it, you have this kind of foamy whitish thing popping up even under the skin. All right?
Yeah.
It's not to say that it's no good. I'm not critical of, but my thing is the locally grown one doesn't have that. It's kind of like a sweet potato, but it's not sweet. The texture, it's really better, if you ask me, than what is imported. Right? So this should be a happy moment for everybody. It should never be about petty politics. But for the NNP, everything for them is they oppose and they're against and they're against and they're negative. And Grenadians are not having it. That is why we had what we experienced or had at the town hall meeting.
Right. All right. I want to move from the potato game. I want to move a little bit into what's happening now politically on the campaign trail, because we're just about a year or so until it's constitutionally due, the general election, and we see the political parties starting to take real shape and real form. We have the DPM. I know the last time that he was here, he was very critical of the DPM and their roadmap to any sort of victory in Grenada. Have that changed? Do you get any different perspective on DPM?
Yeah, well, for me, junior, third parties don't make any significant gains or mark in small island politics. People want to talk. This thing is not a popularity contest. It's deeper than that. As a friend told me, okay, Ali Gill wants his family to vote for Ali Gill, but Ali Gill not going to win St. John. All right? And not only that, if you look at, let's say, Pastor Stanford Simon, these guys are drums that you beat, and after a while, I'm talking about political drums, beat, and after a while, they don't even make song anymore. Yes, they yap, but it's not melodious. It's not in sync. And that is what you're seeing. So this kind of third party thing, they could be spoilers. They could get some votes and mess up somebody or some party, but they're not going to go anywhere. And what we have to tell our people, right? You going to vote for these guys, you're going to spoil your vote, or you may spoil the outcome. Because, for example, you may venture to vote for them, and the difference might be just that vote. Right? So you have to think bigger. It's about Grenada. It's about leadership. It's about a team. So if they, for example, if they win half a seat or a seat, where would they go with that, really? And there's no chance of them winning anything. Because I tell you, these Grenadians are not stupid. If you assess the temperature in the room, you will know what is going down. Grenadians want stability. Grenadians want continuity. Grenadians want Grenada to develop, to transform, to prosper, and not only in Grenada, but everywhere you go outside. Right? So DPM is a waste of time. I mean, where would they get money to campaign, really? Everybody trying this cheap social media crap. That's not going to get them anywhere. When the time comes around, they would have nothing. Who's giving them the money? Where would they get it? I don't think they're going to venture to take a little boat and go down to Venezuela or go to Nicaragua or go to Trinidad. Where would they get it from? Really, this thing requires millions and millions of dollars. People are not going to invest in this thing. Trust me.
You know, I was speaking to Justin Pierre, your good friend.
Yeah.
So Justin Pierre was saying that, and I didn't get you on record on a response from what he was saying. Last time we spoke, he was saying that the general election, the prime minister should have really called the general election before he allowed all this formation of party and for they to really put themselves together and set up. Now they could possibly be a spoiler when before there was not even no indication of being a spoiler because there was no real DPM. What's your take on his idea allowing the political party to take shape? Why do you think that he is waiting before the election is called?
Well, look, Justin Pierre is a Papua flute. Justin Pierre is a cow pollster in my belief. I am never impressed by his rah-rah. I think, in my opinion, my belief, and it's nonsense. Many a times it's just him just yapping, right? Who is Justin Pay? Give me a break to tell the NDC when to do this. And who's Justin Pay? Nonsense. Where he got his relevance from and his prominence from. At the end of the day, my brother, Justin Pay reminds me of going to the toilet, and like everybody would go to the toilet, when they number one, number two, they're going to flush that thing down and they forget about it. That's Justin Pay, politically, and anything in that realm, right? The NDC is about delivering and about transforming Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique, right? The NDC got a mandate to deliver, to bring benefits to the people in a 5-year period. Simple, 5 years. And then they give you an extra 3 months to call an election. So you have July the 1st, that would make NDC 4 years in reality. 4 years. And then the next July the 1st would make them 5 years. So you have a long time. And then you have a 3 months after that. Right? 90 days or so. I'm saying the NDC has to deliver. They continue to deliver. They continue to do their work. There's no rush. Because Grenadians are smart. I tell you this. The town hall meeting. We have not seen an audience like this in decades. Put aside Morris Bishop and his time, right? And when he addressed the Grenadian people there. Put aside him. But Keith Mitchell been there for 23 years and a half. We have never seen such an audience at an auditorium like this. Middle-aged, young, middle-aged, elderly folks coming out, women like, it is magical. And there is this magnetic feel to all of this. Grenadians want good for Grenada. And you think Grenadians are stupid? Grenadians, no. Brother, remember, the public officers, and I'm giving you some typical examples. The public officers in Grenada, they were marching every Monday morning, so to speak, for their pension. The NNP mamagai them, bamboozle them, push them left, right, and center. They were able to get the 525 or so of them, they were able to get $75.1 million. So they got their pension and their gratuity, and they continue to get it until they die. And if they married and they have a widow, or they would benefit. All right? That's something that they were fighting for years. NDC come and just fix that. The police officers, for more than a decade, they were fighting for pay and grade just to get an increase. So all of the NNP talk about police, and people thought, well, the NNP was serious about the police officers. They were never. NDC came and they increased their salary. Build police station, police headquarters, and fix them up nicely. You look at the nurses. They got an increase in their salary. They were leaving in droves. And then the doctors, an increase in their salary. Then you have ordinary Grenadians who got their salary increase because of the minimum wage adjustment. And I want to use it as about people, focusing on people's development and being serious about that. But these folks, they represent families. So if a person, for example, gets an increase in their salary, they may come from a family of 4. That will impact instantly the breakfast table, the lunch table, the dinner table. They have more to utilize now, right? And not only families here, they come from different constituencies. And that is why I say to people, don't look at just the member of parliament or the caretaker person in that constituency. Look at the bigger picture, because that is what you have to focus on, leadership. And the fact that the government, the party, the NDC, is delivering for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. When a family who used to use pit latrines junior receive a modern bathroom and toilet facility, right? You're talking about a family, not just one person. In many instances, you have 5, 6 people using that facility. Their life changed instantly. And we can go on and on. I'm saying that Grenadians know the young people getting free tuition, right? They can go back to school, TAMCC, NULO. The amount of scholarships, over 400, I think between 350 to 400 or so $1 million spent on scholarships for young people. And not just scholarships just given anyhow. Focus driven. These are the areas, these are our priorities, these are the areas you have to pursue your studies.
All right, I think we lost
Actually lost me there.
Kem.
Yeah, somebody's trying to reach me
Yeah,
and just want that person not to do so. Junior, are you hearing me?
yeah, I'm hearing you, but I lost your
Are you
video, so
hearing
you
me?
may have. I'm hearing you, but I lost your video, so you may have to just pop out and pop back. Okay, there you go. Your video is back. All right, all right. I'm hearing you now, Kem. Go ahead.
Are you hearing me?
Yeah. Yes, I'm hearing you.
Junior, are you hearing me?
Okay, go back out and come back in, because we're not in
Junior,
sync
are you hearing
anymore.
me?
No, Kem, go back out and come back in. Okay. All right. So that's what's happening there. Kem got a call and it kind of threw him off a bit. So let me do this, and then he'll drop back in. Guys, I want you to be a part of this conversation as well. So we're speaking here with Kem Jones on the whole happening. And there might be certain things that you want to touch on as well in the conversation. So we open up the phone lines for you to do that. 718-701-5720 is the contact number. And also, guys, I must say, for the folks who's trying to reach Kem, don't call him right now. No. Don't call him right now. He's on the live, right? And when you do that, that's the same phone that he's using to communicate on, all right? He's using to speak to me on. So don't call him right now because it's going to disturb the live. It's going to throw him off. So please don't call Kem Jones at this point. I'm begging. All right? I'm begging. To the folks on TikTok, how are you doing? Thank you so much again. We appreciate you so much. Let me pull back in Kem. Yes, we got him back. All right, Kem, are you there? Kem, are you there? Are you able to hear me? Okay, all right. Yeah, Kem. Sorry, yeah, Kem, you were saying, finish what you were saying before you got cut off.
So I'm saying these are families that are impacted, right? So you see roads are being fixed, drains, bridges, schools are being constructed, basketball courts, netball courts, you could name it, playing fields, solar lighting program. Young people have so much of programs that they can, in other words, these are people that are impacted. So people seeing that Grenada is moving forward and that Grenada is being developed. It's not difficult to persuade people because they see the evidence is there. It's not like previous, a time when NDC was in power and so on, when NDC was doing stuff and they were not able to sell it and promote it and showcase it and so on. People are seeing what is happening, and that is what is biting the NNP. So the NNP, they're out there and all these different parties. They do all kind of stuff talking, and every Wednesday they have all kind of stuff. But people are not gravitating to them. For example, Keith Mitchell made a pronouncement on either his page, I think it was his page, right, on Facebook. I don't know if you saw it. Right, so he posted something on his page regarding whatever. And the amount of ordinary Grenadians who went under that particular post that he made. And boy, it was real blows for him. People were asking, is this man for real? You understand the point? And then you look at another news item by Emlyn Pay that was posted, I think, on MTV. I saw it sometime today. And go and read the comments. Ordinary Grenadians. So Grenadians know that the NDC is doing well. Grenadians know that the NDC is developing the country and transforming the country from the youngest to the middle-aged to the elderly. And that is why they're gravitating towards the NDC. So all this talk by Justin Pierre and by this one and that one, all those things are waste of time. Justin doesn't even know, what today is, if you ask me.
All right. Okay. Guys, again, we're chatting here with Kem Jones here on Ride Along Live. One other quick question on that topic, Kem. Do you think that the longer it takes, right, to call election, it's going to positively impact the NDC or the other political parties?
on if the NDC was not performing, then if they had in fighting and if they were not delivering and transforming Grenada and doing things for the people, that's a different ballgame. You have a government at work. You have a government who is transforming Grenada, bettering Grenada, helping the Grenadian people. So that's a different ballgame. So this whole idea that longer it takes, it's no, we're in 2026. These people are living in the past, in the old time days. If it was a government who had in fighting, if it was a government who was not producing and delivering and giving opportunities, that's a whole different ballgame. You have a government at work, things are happening, Grenada is being transformed, and people are happy home and abroad.
But look at someone will say, okay, look at Barbados now. Nia Motley called a snap election. She was performing.
And nothing is wrong with that. Nothing is wrong with that. There are countries where you can call a snap election and win. There are countries where you call snap elections and you lose. We have seen that in the Caribbean. So, yes, timing is crucial, but you cannot force the hands of a government who is performing, who getting stuff done. There are so many projects ongoing that they want completed. Come on, give me a break. You want to be able to deliver so much so that people can just, easily you just walk back into government. That is what you want to do. Well, you see, the NNP knows that longer it takes. Don't make them fool you. NNP broke. They don't have much money and resources. You could see it. All right? So they want to force the hands of the NDC so that they can call the election early because they don't have no arsenal, they have no money, they have no damn thing. You realize the meetings, they're bossing one or two people and same people over and over in all these little meetings they have. Nothing significant happening with the NNP. They cannot even do a massive rally. When last you heard NNP had a rally? When last you heard that? A rally where they had to pay money and get boss, get stage, get this, get that. When last you heard them have a rally? Huh? So I'm saying they wanted to call now because by the time election, they have nothing. They run out of everything. They run out of steam. They already start getting steel. People tired of them and tired of this stupidness. Politics, a weekend politics could make you, at the end of the day, that is what they want. And they trying all kind of strategies. So you have all kind of cow pollsters and so on coming out and say, well, that could happen and that could happen. All kind of stupidness. Nonsense. Rubbish.
Right. Okay. Let's move a little bit into now. We saw the massive town hall meeting that was held in New York over the weekend here. It was big. It was big. Honestly, there was no more seat. There were people outside that couldn't get in. It was full to capacity. What was the takeaway, your major takeaway from that event?
For me, Junior, and before that particular event, we had the Spice Excellence Award ceremony, where 12 Grenadians, either born Grenadians or by parentage, who are doing well out here, they were awarded. I felt good. I was at that event, and it was really well organized. Big up to Abiola and Jason Jeremiah. They did a fantastic job with their team. And then we had Spice Indulgence. Oh boy, when I saw Grenadians dance all decked off, dressed up in a nice fancy dance, it was really, really nice, well attended, well put event, classy, very, very nice. I love that. And then you had the town hall. But when I entered that room at the town hall, you kind of feel that Grenadians are fed up with negativity. And they want Grenada to move forward. They want Grenada to develop. They want Grenada to prosper. They want opportunities to flow for the Grenadian people. That is the sense I get. And they see Grenada moving forward and opportunities flowing with the most honorable Deacon Mitchell and his government. And boy, oh boy, they love the most honorable Deacon Mitchell. Anytime women, and I hope people are listening attentively, anytime women love you and following politics keenly, you set. I have attended a lot of political events, and I'm a person look at certain things. And the women love the most honorable Deacon Mitchell. And they're gravitating to him. Remember, excuse me, in Grenada, you have more women than men. Some people would say, well, for every for every one man, you have about 5 or 6 women. Or it might be even more. So that factor is important. The women factor. Yes, among us, Emmeline Pear is what? A woman, and that people are not studying Emmeline Pear. They're studying Deacon Mitchell, them women. You're joking. So I'm saying that Grenadians want good for Grenada, and they're seeing betterment, they're seeing opportunities, and they're willing to come out. They're willing to support. They're willing to, be involved. If you listen to some of the contributions at the town hall meeting, you realize that people are saying, I want to give back. I want to be involved. I want to support. I want to know how I can help. With the Project Polaris, with the hospital and so on. How can I help? How can I team up? How can I partner? Because Grenadians want good for Grenada. Grenadians tired with this rah-rah-rah and Keith Mitchell type of politics. Kittyism is over. Grenadians want positivity. They want to know your plans, your vision. Look at our Prime Minister. This man moderated the town hall meeting, You ever see Keith Mitchell did that? All out they say Keith Mitchell was professor in something. You ever see that man did that? No. The most honorable Deacon Mitchell humbled himself. He became the moderator. He facilitated the whole thing. Brilliant. Wonderful. Being accountable, being transparent. I was very, very taken aback. And mind you, Junior, the people who went to that event, they were not going to make anybody. And mind you, if it was not this individual who spoke and got booed, right? If any other person stood up and was negative or came across with this kind of agenda, they would have done the same thing to the person. So it was not just about the individual, although they know the individual is toxic, they know the individual talking all kind of crap on his podcast that very few people view and that kind of thing. So they know that. But if anyone stood up there, the environment was tense because people love what is happening. And it's not that they hate anybody. They don't hate the individual. No. They're just saying that let Grenada prosper, now let Grenada develop, now let Grenada move forward, now let Grenada enjoy prosperity and stability and good governance and good leadership. And what Grenadians was saying. It was nice in there.
Yeah, but Kem, a lot of people are pushing back against it, right? I like to look at all sides of it. Do you think that he is right within his jurisdiction to ask the question? Was anything wrong with the question itself? Because at the end of the day, a lot of people are saying this was a town hall meeting. It wasn't an NDC campaign event or NDC promoted event. It was a town hall meeting. So do you think that he was right to ask the question?
Yes, he was right. And he got answered. The questions got answered. But he had that whole monologue, he had that whole blah, 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 blah. Then so he came with an agenda. The guy has a podcast where he condemns every damn thing, particularly Project Polaris. He has everything to say about it. So people know. It's not that people are guessing this. They know that this guy is toxic. And he came there to be a distractionist. He came there to form the fool, really, in my belief. So, look, yes, he has a right. He could ask how much questions. You dealing with an intelligent prime minister and a team who are capable, right? To answer. They answered this question or questions. But the guy came there with a bag heavy on his back with toxic stuff, in my belief, figuratively speaking. He came with an agenda. He's not genuine. He's not sincere. I know the guy, right? And for those who believe that me and this guy went to the Nutmeg House, we didn't go to the Nutmeg House together, all right? After the town hall meeting, Terry, Forrest, and others, and a couple of Grenadians decided, hey, Denise, she was at the town hall meeting. She's going to open up and, we're going to go over there and just spend some time with a Grenadian. So I happened to be there, Terry Forrest, I happened to be there, and Perry, what was his name? Perry's his name? The guy with his kind of weird hairstyle.
Yeah, Perry.
Always with his brown shirt and a tie and this baggy old pants. What's his name again?
Yeah, his name is Perry.
Oh, his name is Perry. All right, okay. Yeah, so he happened to be there because he and Dennis, they're good friends. So he happened to be there. All right. So it's not that. And mind you, I say to folks, Junior, I have been in this politics for almost 27, 28 years. And the reason why I'm still standing is because I'm a street kid and I understand survival tactics. I don't believe that anybody gonna put anything in my drink. So there are people who put up stuff and post stuff and say about poison. It's tough for them to do that with me. I'm skilled, I'm trained, right? Trained in many different fields. In Colombia, right? In Grenada Ordinary, and in the next particular place that I would not even mention. So I'm cool. So folks, it's going to be concerned, but let me tell you this. See that Kem Jones here, the mere fact that I'm able to survive Keith Mitchell and the NNP for all of those years, now it's joke. You hear me? It is joke. So nobody can put things in my drink. It just can't happen. Remember that. I survived. If you could survive Keith Mitchell, remember I stood up to Keith Mitchell. I, Kem Kennedy Jones, stood up to Keith Mitchell. That de facto dictator, I stood up to him. And there were van loads of police who had to come and get me out of this, or that particular compound. So this thing is not nothing, so you have to understand. I am not new to this, but it's good to be concerned. But Kem Jones survived Keith Mitchell and the NNP. And I'm still here standing. They're fearful of me because I speak in our mother's tongue and I communicate with great many people, thousands of people who went abroad. They love me, oh God, even after at all those events. Kem Jones is celebrity. But that's Kem Jones, I've earned that. But I'm saying they're jealous of the fact that I'm able to penetrate deep in the diaspora and also in Grenada with a message and get people to understand that Grenada is moving forward and that the place is being developed and opportunities have been created for people. And I can speak that kind of language and I have a knowledge base, a bank of knowledge that I can articulate it so effectively to have more people understand what's going down. So they're jealous. And I am like a stumbling block for these people. Those on the opposition side and who trying to get in, all of them. But they can't keep Kem Jones down because I am protected by the Most High and no weapon formed against Kem Jones shall prosper. No weapon. No matter what they try, the enemy could try all kind of stuff. They would never succeed. Because I'm left.
Yeah, so in case you guys didn't hear what transpired, after the same post that was published on one page, I don't know who page it was published on, there was someone in the comment section that said, "Oh, you should poison Kem Jones." I find that was going way off the deep side. And funny enough, there were some people that was actually agreeing with that type of nonsense. And I don't understand how we get to that point. Because despite your political affiliation or who you like or who you don't like, we're all human at the end of the day. And second, primarily, you could say, we're Grenadians. So I don't know how that rhetoric came to where we're talking about poisoning somebody. I don't understand it. How did you take that, Kem?
Well, you have to understand where it's coming from. You started the program with the whole potato conversation. Remember what transpired in that parliament and the insinuation. Remember, there are NNP supporters who cannot read, write, or reason. But they would take what some of those NNP leaders or the people within that party, they would take what they say and they may fulfill, interpret it differently, or interpret it how it is, what it is, and go ahead and do things that are illegal, that are really dangerous. So sometimes as the leaders, we have to be very careful what we say because you have people listening to you and they may do things that, you understand the point, that you don't want them to do, but you say things jokingly or you say things with, come on. So you have to be very careful. So that came from that. And remember, there is still this talk about the former senator, the young man.
All right, so we lost Kem there again. He is on his cell phone, and oftentimes,
No problem.
Yeah, Kem, you back? Kem, you back again? Yeah. So that's what happening. So when somebody call Kem, it cuts him off. That might be a good time to take a quick commercial break, guys, and we come back with more conversation with Kem here on the Ride Along Live. Don't move, we'll be right back.
Welcome to the island's boldest ATV experience. The only tour daring enough to bring you this level of excitement, freedom, and adrenaline. Feel the power. Conquer rugged trails. Experience breathtaking views. Ride beyond the ordinary. Feel the power. This is not just a tour. This is the power of Ride ATV. Get ready for fun. Get ready for excitement. Get ready to ride. Book now at ride.gd or call 473-422-1011. Ride ATV. Adventure starts here.
Hey, we're back here with Kem Jones, and I'll advise again, please, guys, don't call Kem Jones at this point in time. Whenever you call him, it cuts him off. He is using the same device that you're calling him on. So please, just call him after, all right? All right. Yeah, Kem, you were saying?
Yeah, so yeah, Junior, thanks, because a number of people called me there. So that's a good advice. So Junior, I'm saying, as the leaders, we have to be very, very careful. I heard Keith Mitchell made some pronouncements in the past, and now we heard this Keith woman made some pronouncements, and then you see those posts popping up, right? It's very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. So we have to tone it down. Let's talk substance. Let's debate substance. Let's talk about the issues. Let's talk about your plans and your programs and your vision for Grenada, Carrigal, and PT Mart League. Let's move to that level. Because we all are Grenadians, you know. And folks need to know, I'm not easy to trample over or to do anything to. Right? I have to be in the sky for those things to happen. Not when my feet is grounded. Because I am protected. If you don't know, I am grounded and I'm protected. That is why I'm still here. So people must know that. People must know that. And go with that. Sleep with it. I'm grounded. I'm protected. So they won't try. You think they didn't try before? But they have never succeeded. So we have to kind of say to our people, we all are Grenadians. And you don't have to like my views, my tonation, my gesticulation, what I do or don't do. You don't have to. But at the end of the day, let's have a conversation. Let's discuss. Let's talk. Nothing is wrong with that. You don't have to agree with everything that I say. No. But I know why they are doing these things and saying those things. It's not by accident. They know that Kem Jones is very impactful. They know that I have been able to reach over the many years thousands of Junior. I went to Franklin today, all right? And I was about to board or go on the train. And then I met a Grenadian there who's working there. And she said, no. She said, no, swipe nothing. You have a card for the train. And she said, go through the gate. All right? Go through the gate. Grenadian, ordinary Grenadian. When I reached at Barclay Center, there was about 5 or 6 Grenadians. Yo, Kem, just like, listen to you. I love your program. I love, you registered. I'm excited. Yeah. Then I went down to Fulton yesterday. And I go on the bus. And there was a Grenadian driving the bus. Say, Kem, just welcome, man. And I listen to you. And we love what you, the impact, the reach, Junior. I just came from the Barclay Center. A Grenadian woman of substance. Say, hey, Kem Jones, boy, you get anything for your children? And she said, come, from the train, come and let me sort you out. You hear me? For my kids. I didn't ask. She did that. She spent over $800 US to buy stuff for them. You see the point? I don't have to worry about transportation to take me to and from anywhere I'm here. It's just one call. Everybody, the love, the genuineness. And it's what it is. And they hate the fact that I am loved by Grenadians who are abroad because they see that I am playing a critical role. Julia was saying to a friend, I could have done like many of the others and say, well, I want to work in government. I want to run in government and do some kind of thing in there and forget about advocacy and forget about defending. And I could have done that in the early time of this regime or administration. I didn't do that. I said, no, I remember when Uncle Tilly said, We need somebody out there to defend us, to promote us, to stand up. You understand the point? And he said, I will remain here and fight in the vanguard and stay with the people. And I've maintained it up to today. I don't play no big shot, no bougie, no show off. Well, you know me, Junior, how I operate in a very simple way. Nothing, I don't need nothing much to make me happy. I mix, I mingle, I eat, I laugh. That's Kem Jones. I dance, I hug you, I embrace you. That's how Kem Jones operate constantly, consistently. And that brand of the human social being was missing for a long time. And that is important. There are people who do podcasting, there are people who do programs, and people don't know them. But come on, the love is real because Grenadians understand that I'm volunteering my time and my effort to do what I am doing because I love Grenada. And every time I see my two daughters, Zaylee and Zoe, in the yard, even if they play in the sun or they walk in, because I'm doing a little construction there, I say, boy, I want good for them. And I want good for your children. And I want good for the next person's children. I want a good future. I want a good Grenada for them. And that's why I'm fighting for you, for them, not for me. And for your children and children.
Yeah. Kem, despite the booing segment, which I think it was unfortunate because my position on it, I think that everyone it was an event where everyone should come and ask the question. I understand how they feel about the guy, yeah, but I think that everyone should have an opportunity to come and ask their question. Despite that portion of it, do you think that the government or the representative were able to bring across their point to hamper down or to sort of tamper down on all the rhetoric and all the accusations and stuff that's happening by the opposition? Did they do what they came to do, in your opinion?
I think they achieved their objectives, all the objectives that they set, because they wanted to focus on Project Polaris, they wanted to focus on the healthcare system, they wanted people to get a greater understanding of the new hospital project. They brought Mount Sinai, they brought the architects, the people who is designing this whole thing, and they were able to deliver. It was substantive, it was deep. People got more information from that engagement than any other engagement, in my belief. But here it is, Junior. People booing, and the gentleman saying, what is it, First Amendment? Was it First Amendment?
Yeah, he spoke about the First Amendment.
But here it is. It's also the people's First Amendment to boo. No. That's the reality. You see, some people only see things on one side. And all those moralists who talking, they should be the last to talk. You hear me? About booing, that's a normal thing. That's a thing that is, if you at least they boo, right? And we don't have to agree with it, we don't have to like it. But them booing is also free speech and free expression. And he standing up and speak and ask questions is also his right to do so. So he can't just sit on one side. And I have no problem in a person booing, I have no problem with that. Because you can't control all the people there and say to them, well, when you're going in an event, you can't boo and No. The Prime Minister demonstrated leadership by saying, folks, hold on. This gentleman has a right to ask his question. Allow him to ask his question. But he then tried to focus on the crowd. And the Prime Minister said, no, sir, no. Focus your question to the people on the stage. Because the guy, he came red, as people would say, right? Red and set. He wanted that outcome. And it's sad because I think the whole town hall meeting had a lot of substance. I came out from that town hall meeting understanding more about the structure, understanding more about the work that they are doing now to transition to the new hospital. So they're not abandoning the old, they're fixing it, but there will be a transition date, right? And then the partnership with Mount Sinai. This is big, this is huge. You've never seen this kind of thing before. So I think they achieved the objective. When I left that room, Junior, I want to tell you this. I took out, maybe about 60, 70 photos. I mean, people wanted a photo. Kem Jones, I want a pic with you. I want a photo. So, but I also was hearing them saying, I enjoyed the town hall meeting. I learned more about the new hospital. How can I help? How can we assist in making this a reality? I want a better Grenada. I want to come back home. But, the stumbling block or the issue here is at the hospital and they don't want to, so they left there with hope and optimism, right? And they should have boo a little louder and maybe Perry would have learned his lesson. But what is his name again, Perry? The guy with the hair off kind of hair and always this brown shirt and this tie and this brown baggy pants. But anyway, at the end of the day, he's my partner, he's my boy. I wish him all the best. And Grenada just want positivity. They want opportunity to flow for Grenada. But going,
Yeah. So where should the government take this from here, right? It's sort of like a momentum, right? And it is a momentum. I mean, you big in New York. They got the message going. What would be your advice for them going forward from this point? Our next person calling Kem again. Oh, they don't call Kem now. Oh, they don't call Kem. Let's take another break. When they come back, we'll get that question answered by Kem. We'll be back.
Welcome to the island's boldest ATV experience. The only tour daring enough to bring you this level of excitement, freedom, and adrenaline. Feel the power. Conquer rugged trails. Experience breathtaking views. Ride beyond the ordinary. Feel the power. This is not just a tour. This is the power of Ride ATV. Get ready for fun. Get ready for excitement. Get ready to ride. Book now at ride.gd or call 473-422-1011. Ride ATV. Adventure starts here.
Yeah, guys. So somebody keep calling Kem, and that's why it's shutting off his live. All right, that's what happening.
someone is asking me if I can put the phone on airplane mode. But remember here, I'm dealing with Wi-Fi. Because me and Junior, we were actually talking about that before. If it was in Grenada, it would have been a different case. It's Wi-Fi. So if I take out the Wi-Fi, then I can't do this program. So I do apologize for that, folks. But it's a friend who called me a while ago. I do apologize. All right? So I am saying, Junior, the government needs to continue educating, empowering, enlightening, sharing stuff, bringing information to people. Because people want to know. And I think that's a good thing. In the diaspora, they move into Canada in June. Then they're also going to the UK, I understand. Right? So they're moving about, sharing information, making people understand what is in store. They're also doing that locally in Grenada. And it's not just about a hospital, but quite a number of things that are happening, which is great, which is fantastic. They just have to continue doing that because Grenadians have sense. Grenadians are smart. I said on my program, my little daughter, she's 4 years, that's Zoe. And those NNP and them come doing their campaigning house to house. And mind you, they like their melee and their confusion. They know where I'm saying, but they still decided to try to open the gate and come in my place. Right? They can't persuade me or anything of that sort. You see the point? But I went to cut my hair, and my daughter, who is Zoe, she has so much sense. She see them come with all this green. She say her favorite color is yellow. She said my favorite color is yellow. And she gave them she do that TikTok. Whatever. She, like Zoe. And then she said, that is Deacon, Deacon here. She not stupid. So she already know that is NDC, that's an NDC house. And then when I come down now, when I meet them, they say, you have to talk to your daughter, and you have to talk to, and I say, what my daughter did? And in the back of my mind, I say, what is people want me place for? But even my daughter, Zoe, she knows that these people are NNP and daddy don't support NNP. And these people, you understand the point? So people are smart. People are young people, middle-aged people. They know when something is good. So you could try to spin it. You could try to be negative. But people still going to Tell you as it is. Wherever I go, it's just love, love, love. In Grenada, you meet young people who say to you, they're ready to vote. You know, they're ready to vote. They never voted in their life, but they're ready to vote because they want this thing to continue. We have something good going, and we have to maintain it and keep it going. Keep it. Let it continue.
All right, got you, Kem. Kem, one other thing there. Tell me, what's your predictions? What's your predictions? I don't know why I'm asking that question because I think I knew what you were saying already. But give me your honest prediction. If general election is called within the next couple weeks or next couple months, what's your prediction?
Right. So, Junior, one thing that's very certain, based on my experience in the politics, NNP going to lose. The new National Party going to lose bigly. They're going to lose. It's going to be a wipeout. NDC stands a very, very good chance of winning 12 seats. It might be tough, and you never know. But that is the region I am looking at based on what is happening. NDC stands a very, very good chance of winning 12 to 13 seats the next time around. But what is certain, NNP, the new National Party, and this MNP and all of them, they're going to stay in the doghouse for a damn long time still. All right? So that's certain.
Okay. All right, that's your prediction there. We go see how things pan out. We have to kind of manage the audio back and forth because we were getting this kind of audio glitch. So when Kem talk, I had to mute my audio and so on so. So that's why there's like a couple seconds before I switch back to him. So that's what's happening here. So Kem, thank you, my brother. We'll stay in touch. Any last word before we wrap up, Kem?
Well, look, I want to thank all the people who I met, who I interacted with, who called me, who just link up. I want to thank them sincerely for the love. I mean, it's always just love and warmth. I meet great many Grenadians throughout my time here in Brooklyn, New York. I am going to a next state tomorrow, right? I have to engage a group of 52 Grenadians in the next state. Right, so great things are happening here in the United States, and then I will be back in Grenada sometime on the weekend. Well, Sunday is not a weekend. Sunday is the start of the next week, so I'll be back in Grenada very soon. But by and large, I'm happy, and I thank everybody who continue to support and ensure that my happiness is maintained.
Absolutely, thank you, Kem. I will keep in touch, my brother. All right? Yeah. Yeah, that was Brother Kem there, giving us some updates from his perspective on the state of play here in Grenada of general election. Guys, you know, this kind of conversation is what I like to have, and you guys know me very well. I like to have this kind of conversation with anybody that care to talk to me, right? So we did reach out to members of the DPM. I spoke to Stanford Simon, former pastor Stanford Simon, and he did reassure me that at some point in time, when they put all that stuff together, we'll hear from him, right? I'm actively, and you guys know this, I'm actively advocating for each political party. I've spoken to Change Hope, and I expressed my intention of having a conversation with her. Initially, she opted to, yes, come on the program, and then she declined. So that may not happen. But I'm giving everybody the opportunity. As with anybody else who care to talk to me on this, there might be, good information that you want to share here on Ride Along Live. Remember, Ride Along Live is still the most watched platform throughout, not only in Grenada, but across the world, right? So this is a big opportunity. Even for the NNP candidate, you want to come, you want to chat, you want to sit. I'm opening up the platform to have these conversations. All right? Okay? As long as they want to talk to me, I want to talk to them. I got some closing thoughts, guys. We'll be right back, Right Along Live.
Yeah. Na 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 na. What boy? Yeah. What boy? What boy? The sun is hot. The breeze is slow. I need a ride. Where do I go? Ride go, yeah. That's the name. Island roads will never feel the same. Tap the app, just one click. Hopping fast, it's real quick. Ride go. Where do you wanna go? To the beach, to the street, let the island flow. Ride go. The good vibe show, fastest growing ride. Everybody know. Ride go. Where do you wanna go? To the beach, to the street, let the island flow. Ride go. Let the good vibe show, fastest growing ride. Everybody know.
Where do you want to go?
Hi, I want $10 on Playway, $20 backup on Pick 3, and cash for each, please.
Okay, are you adding multi-X to your bet?
Yes, multi-X, all of them.
Smart! Best value bet. Backup and multi-X, you cannot go wrong.
Don't matter the bet, multi-X all of the daily games.
With multi-X added, your winnings can be multiplied 3 times, 5 times, even 7 times. So make it a rule. Add multi-X to all your Playway, daily pick 3, and daily cash for bets every day and for every drop, and watch your money grow. Available at stores and online.
You heard it here. Multiply your winnings daily. Must be 18 or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
Welcome to the island's boldest ATV experience. The only tour daring enough to bring you this level of excitement, freedom, and adrenaline. Feel the power. Conquer rugged trails. Experience breathtaking views. Ride beyond the ordinary. Feel the power. This is not just a tour. This is the power of Ride ATV. Get ready for fun. Get ready for excitement. Get ready to ride. Book now at ride.gd or call 473-422-1011. Ride ATV. Adventure starts here.
Adventure starts here with Ride ATV. Yes, guys. And if you have a group of friends celebrating a birthday party and you want to hang out, you want to go on an ATV tour, give us a call, guys, because we have a special for birthday groups, right? And every Saturday we have something called ATV and Oil Down, where it is what it is. It's ATV and oil long. We ride in and then we go in and we eating a whole bunch of oil long. We cooking right on a fireside right there. Oil long. ATV and oil long, guys. So we're doing that. It's starting on the 30th and it's every Saturday, ATV and oil long. So get your group, get your family, get your friends, all they come together. You get an ATV. It's real fun, guys. It's real fun. You got to check it out. Yeah. For those of you those riders who've been on there already, you guys know what I'm talking about. The ATV thing is a hit. It's a hit. Also, guys, let me tell you about this. Now, you've been hearing about it. I've been telling you about it. In fact, I'm wearing the shirt. Ride Go. Ride Go is the fastest growing rideshare app on the island. And you might ask, what is it? App, taxi, how does that work? Very easy, guys. So you might be in town, say you want to go to Dodgy Dock tonight. You want to go Dodgy Dock tonight? You're going Dodgy Dock tonight? Yes, okay, you're going Dodgy Dock tonight. But you're saying to yourself, well, how are I getting there? Grandma's bus and running. How are getting back home? You don't have to worry, guys. It's all in the app. Once you have the RideGo app in your phone, all you do, you just tell the app you're going to Dodgy Dock and a taxi come in and pick you up from your home. Listen, I kid you not. I kid you not. A taxi, a RideGo taxi is going to come to your home, pull up right in your home. If them guys don't get a chance, they would have probably come and help you out of your house to hold your hand and make sure you get in the car safe. That's how nice it is. A RideGo taxi will literally come to your home, stop right there Not like the bus, you had to walk to the bus stop or you had to walk to a taxi stand. They come into your home. I'm telling you. I kid you not. And they're taking you to dodgy docks. And since everything is digital, when you finish, because everything is done on your phone already, all your credit card information is there. Once the trip is finished, you just walk away and leave. You don't worry about it. Cashless system. Let me tell you something. RideGo is the real deal. The real deal. If you think I like, just download RideGo. And then when you're ready to come back from Dodgy Docks tonight, because you know things will be nice, street food at Dodgy Docks on a Wednesday. Wait, no, Dodgy Docks is tomorrow, Jed. Dodgy Docks is tomorrow. My bad. But say you want to go somewhere tonight, aquarium, wherever. You gotta go Wall Street. Just put in the location, taxi come pick you up and take you. When you want to come back, you don't have to worry, say, oh, I can't get a bus, oh, no taxi don't run in. You just go back in the same app and you put your location to home, a taxi come in and pick you up right in the restaurant. Take you back home. Easy, 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 fast, fast, fast. It's RideGo. RideGo. Download it from the App Store right now, guys. RideGo. RideGo, you see it right there? Go in the App Store, go in the Apple Store, go in the Google Play Store and type in RideGo. RYDEGO. Just like how you see it on the screen there. Type that in. And in seconds, you have an app. You have the app. You have your account. Anytime you want a taxi. A brother told me the other day, he was in Granny Town and something wrong with the car. RideGo, man. Yeah, you're coming on the airport. As soon as you reach on the airport, what you do? RideGo. RideGo is the way to go. Right, Nigel? Exactly. Download RideGo right now, and I have a special discount for all the riders. If you're watching this right now, I'll give you a promo code called Riders Promo Code. And anytime for the first trip, you get a discount when you use RideGo for the first time, all right? So go ahead right now and download the app in the App Store. Take advantage of the thing, RideGo. Yeah, RideGo. Where do you want to go?
There's a new way to move in Grenada. RideGo. RideGo is here. RideGo. Where do you want to go?
Yeah, big up to Erica. Erica, you see? Erica tried it. She knows. She said, that's a good app. Yes, good. Good one. It's great. It's amazing. Tap the app. Tap the app, RideGo. All right, guys, so listen. Wow. Damn, it's my fingers. So listen, guys. I continue to say this. When I saw the person who made that statement about they should poison Kem or something like that, boy, I was like, yo, what the hell is going on, Jed? What really going on? Somebody actually said that out loud? No, really? That's what I call people who start to lose their whole humanity, Jed. They forget they are human. They get so all up in their head. Like they lose this sense of purpose, of belonging, they just lose it completely to make a statement like that. Even if you don't like somebody, even if you dislike somebody, you despise somebody, you don't come out and talk about somebody should go ahead and poison that person. I mean, come on. For politics, in the name of politics. Yo, I don't understand, Bridget. I don't understand. This is so sad. This is despicable. And as much as Kem talking, as I always tell Kem, you had to be careful. You had to be careful. You still have to be careful, my brother. Because let me tell you, this microphone that we wear on our chest, is more powerful, guys, than a sword or a gun. Some people, they have more hatred in their heart because you might say something or you might come across in a certain way. I don't see people watch me. So what the other day I see this lady. This lady, I know where her hatred came from. Her hatred came from because she feel like she have a different of opinion with me in terms of politics. She don't know my politics, but she just feel. She just have that feeling. And the other day I see this lady, because me and she used to be friends, very casual, speaking to each other. She was something responsible for diaspora, a few years ago. Me and the woman was cool as best as I know. I go and buy some coconut water by the carnage. They sell coconut water there. And I see the lady, so I say, hey, what's up, how you doing? I see the lady give me one serious bad eye. If looks could have killed, your boy wouldn't be here right now. The woman give me a serious bad eye and a long stoops, like, and she done old already. I mean, nothing against elderly people, but when you're that age, you're not thinking about making no war with nobody. You're thinking about going and meet your creator soon, because you might be old already. You're trying to reconcile everything. You're not starting to hate people. And why would you hate me? I never said anything about the woman. I never disrespected the woman. I never said anything bad about the woman. You know what I mean? And at some point in time, we have to grow the hell up, man. We have to grow up in the name of what? For who? You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. I tell you, the woman give me one serious, nasty bad eye. And mind you, me and the lady, I never know the lady had hatred in her heart for me. I never thought that woman had hatred in her heart. Again, the ladies in her probably her 70s, 80s. You know what I mean? You're not a little person, not a young person that have time to develop hatred for people. At that point in time in your life, you're trying to make good with everybody. You're trying to make good with everybody. Boy, all you watch, sir, I could never. I'm telling you this, me, Junior George, I could never find myself or put myself or feel myself getting into the position where I am hating someone over politics or over intercall or over this type of, you know what I mean? Listen, guys, why? Why? But I still take my precaution. Listen, I don't eat from any and anybody. I don't, if you know me, if I go to buy food, I'm buying food and I'm watching you dish out the food for me. I don't order and no. I ain't gonna tell all of how I do my thing, but people have bad intentions. People have bad intentions, and I know it. If looks could have killed, all you. Yeah. Yeah, she's an angry elderly woman. And if I see her again, I will still say hi to her. I don't have nothing against her. She just like me. I don't know why. I'm not the kind of person that you would hate, because I don't hate nobody. When people call me and they ask me for assistance to do things for them, I don't ask them nothing about their political affiliation. I don't ask them if they're green, purple, yellow, black. I do it. I help them. I never ask them nothing, no questions about what they support, who they support, what country they're from. No, I help them. And we've helped thousands of people every day. People call and they want money for groceries. Help them. If we have it, we help them. Some people call and they want a job. Their sister want a job. Their brother want a job. If I'm in a position to help them, I help them. Or I find myself doing this a lot. Because I just think real deep, guys. Sometimes I have real things in my head and I know I cannot accomplish it. The amount of things that I have in my head that I would like to see happen, I can accomplish it. So I just called some of my friends and I said, listen, I have $1 million idea for you. I have $1 million idea for you, right? And ideas is worth more than money in your pocket. So I just called some of my friends and I said, listen, do this. And I bet you, I guarantee you, in a year or so, you will be in a financially secure position. I give people advice all the time. I just start business and give people to run. I just develop concept and give people to run. I don't ask them what's their affiliation. This lady called us one time and she needed some money. And I said, listen, you don't need money. You don't need me to give you that money. What I'm going to do, I'm going to buy you a whole set of drinks and all of that stuff and a nice cooler, get some ice and sell the drinks. By the time you sell it, you will get double, triple time what you just put in. You take that half of that, bank that, take the next half, buy an next and just repeat. Yeah, and I gave her this whole concept. The lady, I think right now she have a shop. I give people ideas all the time. I don't ask them the color. But some of us, we forget that we're human. You know, the first thing that we have to remember that we're human. Politics will only divide us. Yeah? Politics would only divide us at the end of the day. Don't allow politics to divide us as a people. I beg. Betty and Co, thank you so much. Guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of our program. You see, that is why we, as a platform, we will be growing from strength to strength, right? No stopping us. Because, listen, I could have $0 in my pocket. But once I know that I could give something to someone and they'll be blessed, I always feel like the blessing would always come. And I don't look to anyone and do a litmus test on them to see what color comes back. That's how we should be as a people. So my brother who made the statement, look deep in your heart about poisoning you know what I mean? My brother who made this statement, look deep in your heart. And I hope you find it that you could come out and retract that statement and make an apology. No, it's not mandatory, because I'm not telling you that you have to do it. But one day, they say one day, Congo tea. You would get whipped not by any physical means. Nobody ain't gonna meet you and beat you. I ain't threatening you. That's not gonna happen. That's not what I'm doing. You're gonna meet in the position where it might be too late for you to take that statement back. And that would emotionally whip you. You're gonna reach to the understanding at some point in time in your life that you said something that was far, far, far out of human expectation. And you go beat yourself for it. So I'm telling you now, brother, I ain't telling you have to do it. But as a man, as a person, as a human being, you're not a reptile. You're not an alien. You're a human being. And we all are human beings. And I bet you, if today, tomorrow, and we're in a small community like Grenada, you driving around Granny Tang or anywhere at all, and you end up having a flat tire, and you in a dire situation, you might get a little hit and run, or somebody might hit your vehicle, or something happened to you, and I ain't putting no bad karma on you, but something happened to you. You might be surprised that the person who may be coming to help you, to your rescue, to give you CPR, to rescue you, to breathe some energy back into you, might be the same person that you made this statement and comment to. So I want you to search and look deep in your heart, my brother. Don't do it to yourself. Don't wait until it's too late and you can't take it back. Trust me what I'm telling you. You should go back and write a long apology. Apologize to yourself. Apologize to your parents. Because I know your mother ain't brought you up like that. I know your family don't appreciate that. Nobody bring you up like that. Even if you have a strong affiliation and love for a person, nobody would advocate and say, what you did there, my brother, was a good thing. What you said there, my brother, was a good thing. Wasn't right. It's not right. And you should take it back. You will be, you know what they say? what you give out is what you get back. And you see this circle, that circle. It's very important, right? You see the circle? It says it goes around and around and around and it never stops. I don't think I have to say any more. So let's see. I mean, I ain't telling the person that they have to make an apology. Kem is not expecting an apology. He's not going to go to jail for what he said. What he said essentially is not illegal. You could say that, the freedom of speech, as they say. He didn't threaten him. He didn't say that he wish and Kem is not going to sue him. There will be none of that. But do the right thing. Colomel asking, what is the secret of not wearing glasses working with all these screens? Just a random question. Good question. You know, a lot of years ago, when they tested my eye, they said that I should wear glasses. That was like 10 years ago. And I never wore glasses, right? And my eye just got better all by itself. So I oftentimes, and same thing with my son was even worse than mine. And he never wore glasses either. We bought him all his glasses, he never wore the glasses. And now his eyesight is just better, right? Just got better. So my thing about it is, I ain't putting on glasses on people who wear glasses, but my thing is, I think glasses make your eye worse because it makes it more dependable on the glasses, and it gets worse over time. But if you give your eye a chance, opportunity to really work and function, of course, eat properly and get rest and all of this good stuff, your diet, all these different things have a lot to play with it, then you would see. I mean, the human body regenerates. The human body, when you go to a hospital, they don't make you better, you know. Your body is your body. Your body heals itself. So you have to put it in the right environment in order to heal itself. In other words, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yes. Thank you guys. I love you. This is Ride Along Live. My name is Junior George, and we thank you guys so much for watching and for being a part of our program today. Don't forget, guys, get your family together. Get your friends together. And let's go on an ATV tour now. Let's go on an ATV tour. Let's do an ATV tour. Ride ATV. Good night.
Welcome to the island's boldest ATV experience. The only tour daring enough to bring you this level of excitement, freedom, and adrenaline. Feel the power. Conquer rugged trails. Experience breathtaking views. Ride beyond the ordinary. Feel the power. This is not just a tour. This is the power of Ride ATV. Get ready for fun. Get ready for excitement. Get ready to ride. Book now at ride.gd or call 473-422-1011. Ride ATV. Adventure starts here.